Good morning everyone, welcome back to another renovation vlog. Well, specifically the living room renovation vlog. I'm starting a new video because we've still got quite a few bits that need doing, so I thought I'd just continue this on as a little bit of like a living room transformation series. So a little bit has changed since you last saw it in the previous living room update video. So we now do have the ceiling rose up, which was a little bit of an issue. Louis had struggled to like actually get it up. The stuff that we were using to try and stick it up was like drying before Louis was even getting it to the ceiling, and he was struggling to find the beams in the ceiling because you have to sort of like screw it into the beams. So we've had the floorboards up upstairs so that he could put in an extra bit of wood just to make sure that when he put the screws in he was going to like hit some wood, if that makes any sense. We do also have the skirting board in here. So Louis hasn't actually attached it to the wall yet. I think he's just doing all of the cuts first and then he'll obviously start actually putting it on the wall, but it's big. It is quite large, which is what I wanted, and this room is honestly just looking so perfect. I can't wait for it to be like properly done and for us to move into here. So I'll show you how it's looking at the moment. So here is the ceiling rose. Obviously it looks a little bit of a mess at the moment because Louis put a lot of screws in to make sure that it was secure. So what we basically ended up doing with this, it's a bit of a long story, but my dad is like, he came round the other day when Louis was trying to do it the first time. I'd rang my dad and asked if he would come round and just help Louis sort of like hold it up, and they obviously like struggled, the adhesive wasn't adhering, and yeah, it just didn't go well. So it was just sort of left at that. We needed to like think of something else or like buy some new adhesive to use. We also had our plasterer coming round like one night last week just to price up some other jobs. So we asked him while he was here like what he would sort of recommend using or what he would do. So he recommended for us to use plasterboard adhesive, like what the stick plasterboard to brick walls with. So that's what we got. Yeah, my dad is the type that will like go away, rack his brains about how we can solve the problem. So he came back around yesterday and said that he basically had an idea of pulling the floorboards up upstairs, which isn't a big deal because we don't have carpet or anything upstairs. The floorboards are just on show anyway, so that's easy enough to do. And then you can basically see through to this ceiling, like through the floorboards upstairs. So what they ended up doing yesterday was basically like threading a rope through the hole of the ceiling rose and like pulling it from upstairs, if that makes sense. I think Louis might have got some clips of them doing it actually, so I'll pop those in now if he has.
That's tight, yeah. So here, as you would see upstairs, and then this issue of the wood to hold it up. We've got adhesive on there, we've got 8 screws in there, hopefully going nowhere. I'm going to fill all them in after. What do you think, neighbour?
Well, that's alright if it stays up.
Be alright when it's finished.
Do you think it's held? Did you feel like the screws went in the wood?
Well, a couple of them, yeah.
I mean...
So yeah, we basically ended up like pulling it from upstairs just so that they obviously weren't stood holding the ceiling rolls up until the adhesive dried, because we didn't really know how long it was going to take to dry. So it just meant that it could be sort of like pulled from upstairs instead of pushed up, if that makes any sense. So it worked anyway, and it's up, so that is good. Obviously the like screw holes just all need filling. A little bit around the outside just needs like filling and sort of cleaning up and just making it all look nice and neat. So that is our ceiling rolls. We do also have the light to go on here, but it needs spray painting, so I think Louis is possibly going to do that at some point, and then we can get our light up. So then this is our skirting board. I'll show you close up. So this is what the skirting board looks like. I don't know if the camera is really going to focus on it. So this skirting board is from Skirtings R Us, and it's the Antique 2. And I got this in, I think it was 220mm. So yeah, it is quite big, which is what I wanted. Yeah, so Louis has cut this length along here, that length along there. Obviously, because it's so tall, he's having to sort of cut bits out for different, this is like our sky cable. He's gonna have to move this plug socket because that is like way too low. That might be in the way as well. So he's gonna have to sort of just cut some of the skirting board out basically. But yeah, hopefully he'll make good progress with that today, and then that'll probably just need a lick of paint as well. And then I do actually need to paint this white bit a second time before the fireplace goes in. But we've got our like mantelpiece upstairs, which I think Louis is going to bring down before he does the skirting board, so he knows how far up to go with the skirting board. But yeah, it's just, oh, it literally looks exactly how I wanted it to look in here. It looks sort of like regal, Victorian, like it's got character, and there's not even anything in here yet, just the actual bones of it is just full of character, which is exactly what I wanted. I can't wait to get our furniture in here and like decorate for Christmas in here. So excited. But yeah, I'll update you later on today once Louis made some progress with the skirting board. Listen. Excuse me, what are you doing on there? What are you doing?
In the bedroom in here. Yes.
He was trying to get up the chimney.
Thanks. Thank you. Really nice. Look at that. Really. Ta-da! Let's go. Thanks for the lights.
So this is how our fireplace looks, and then obviously our electric log burner will go in there. So they was just trying to figure out how to attach this to the wall. The wall's a little bit like wonky, I think, in quite a few places, so there is some like gaps down the side and stuff, but you won't ever see them, so I don't really think it matters. As long as it's fixed to the wall, that's the most important thing.
Emotions. There isn't anything I wouldn't do to
might have been when we'd got the ceiling rose up. It's still up, touch wood, it's going strong. It's not fallen down yet, so hopefully it is fully secure. But yeah, we had the skirting board that was delivered, so that is now on. Louis did all of the cuts and everything and has spent probably the past week, like after work and stuff, just plodding on with the skirting board. And then this weekend has been like filling, sanding, painting. We've done 2 coats of paint on the skirting board. I need to go around today at some point and just basically cut in around the top of the skirting board just to like really sharpen it up. The mantelpiece is on as well. To be honest, I'm probably better off just showing you these updates rather than me just like explaining them. So this is how it's currently looking, probably quite similar to the last time that you saw it. So the ceiling rose has been filled, like where the screws had gone in, and Louis also caulked around the outside of it, so that just needs going over with some white emulsion and just touching up on the ceiling where some of the pencil marks are. This is our light, which I also might have showed. This has been up for maybe it's about a week now. The only issue we might have with this is once the TV is on the wall, this might be a little bit too low, but we've got it the shortest that it can go, so we're just going to have to see. Like obviously if you sat down it might be fine, but when you stood up it hangs down a little bit too low. So yeah, all of the skirting board has had 2 coats of paint and it's not too bad, but you can just see on the wall a little bit, just where there's like little bits. I mean, the wall needs wiping down there, but yeah, I'm just gonna go around like all of these little bits and just do a nice neat cutting in with the green. We've also got the mantelpiece on here, so this took a little bit of time as well to sort of decide exactly how we wanted to attach this to the wall. So this is what Louis and my dad ended up coming up with. So he's basically just put like a sort of metal plate, screwed it into the back of the fireplace, into the wall, and then Louis has filled over it just to sort of try and disguise the screws. But Louis not great with the finishing touches, so this needs sanding back like quite a lot and then painting over with green. You can see some bits on the skirting board there actually, just that I want to like go over. And then we've done quite a lot of filling, like there was a big gap here, so we've just been waiting for some of the filler to dry. That needs sanding, and then just going over with some white paint as well. But yeah, I think we're pretty much at the point where it's like very, very last touches now. So like I mentioned, I'm hoping to cut in later on this afternoon, and then I might do the ceiling rose, or Louis can maybe paint the ceiling rose and the bits on the ceiling later on tonight, and then I think we're ready to move in, which is really, really exciting and just in time because our kitchen is getting delivered on Wednesday. It's currently Monday, so yeah, ideally we are wanting to be out of this living room that we're in at the moment. So we want to be out of here in the new living room, and then I think what we'll probably do is either ignore all of this rubbish, either move this into this room because it'll be empty, or push everything up that way because we're going to have a lot of kitchen to store for just under a week. So it's getting delivered on Wednesday, and then the kitchen fitter is starting the following Monday, so like we'll have just under a week of it just being stored. We also need to get this kitchen out, so I think just for like easiness, I mean obviously we're desperate to get into that living room, but it's going to be a lot easier if we're out of the current living room, in the new living room, and then we can just focus on the kitchen. We'll have a completely empty room downstairs that we can use for any storage, and yeah, it should just make things quite a lot easier. So that is the plan. I will pick you up later on. Yeah, I will pick you up a little bit later on when we're doing some painting in there, and then hopefully it'll be time to move some furniture. So finally, I'm doing the reveal of this room, I suppose you could say. However, I do hate doing a reveal when it's so far from finished, because I feel like it's just a bit of an anticlimax. But this is how this room is currently looking. We now have all of our furniture in. We have done for quite a few weeks. This video has taken me a long time to sort of finish, because I wanted to show this room sort of done at the end of it, which as you can see, it's definitely not done. We still have newspaper on the window because we need blinds. Obviously our sofas are in here. However, this one over this side currently has all of our coats because we got our downstairs cupboard plastered, so that's been drying, and then I've just painted it. So these coats are ready to go back into the cupboard. I just need Louis to put the coat hook thing back in place. So yeah, everything has been upside down the past few weeks because we've been having the kitchen done at the same time. So yeah, things have just been literally all over, messy, just not great. But it's still not looking how I want it to look, but I just want to show you how this room is currently looking, because this is the reality of it. I have ordered our blinds, which is really, really good, because we have been like this with this newspaper up probably for about 3 weeks now. So yeah, I'll be happy when the blinds get here. But this is how we're looking. We've got our TV on the wall. We have had Sky round to like connect it all up so it's all working. There's a tiny little white dot up there that needs sanding and painting over. But yeah, on the whole, like, we're in this room and this is now our living room. Obviously there is lots that we still need to do. We need to get the wall lights either side of here. I want to like decorate all of this sideboard nicely. Eventually we will have curtains as well, but all of these things just aren't priority, unfortunately, and we just can't afford to get everything all at once. So blinds will do for now. We definitely do need the blinds, so obviously we prioritise those. Same with the sofa. I need to change all of these cushion covers. Obviously the purple isn't really matching up with the green. I'm thinking sort of like creamy, beigey, neutral toned cushion covers with maybe a little pop of colour. Obviously we need some bits up on the wall. We've got lots of frames and prints and things like that elsewhere in the house that once things have calmed down a little bit and we've got some time to just decorate. that is definitely what we'll do. We've still got newspaper wrapped around the light because I was painting the ceiling rose, so that needs to come off. This coffee table is just here sort of temporarily. I think Louis just needed somewhere to put it. It needs a clean, and I'm actually considering possibly getting some sort of like vinyl wrap for this coffee table and wrapping it in like so it's more of a wood effect, because it just, this was secondhand, like given to us by a family member, I think in our old house, and we actually used it as a bit of a TV stand for a little while, just while we didn't have anything. And it's a really, obviously it's a glass table, it's really heavy, it's a really good quality table, but I just feel like it doesn't go with the vibe. But we do need a coffee table in here, so yeah, I might wrap that and give it a different look. But yeah, we've just got little bits of decoration to do, and then we will be done. But we're ready for, I think I might put the Christmas tree here. It's currently November, so we've still got a couple of weeks until I'm thinking about decorating for Christmas. But I might move this sideboard, maybe it's just over here, and have our nice big Christmas tree there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, I just wanted to sort of round it off and show you how things are currently looking, and we will just continue plodding on and making the living room and everywhere else in the house as cozy, and just gradually finishing rooms off. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching our living room transformation, and I will see you in the next video.